Imagine if your toys could think, not just pretend think like when you play with them, but really, actually think. What if your teddy bear could remember your name, help you with homework, and even tell you jokes? Well, that's kind of what AI is. It's like teaching computers to have brains. Right now, in 2025, AI is everywhere. It's in your parents' phones, helping them find the fastest way home. It's in the TV, suggesting what cartoon you might like next. It's even helping doctors figure out how to make sick people feel better. But here's the really cool part. AI didn't start out super smart. Just like how you couldn't walk when you were a baby, AI had to learn step by step, getting smarter and smarter. Scientists who study AI have figured out there are 10 different stages, kind of like levels in a video game, that show how smart AI can get. Right now, we're somewhere around stage 4 or 5, which means AI is like a really smart helper who's good at specific things. Some AI can beat the best chess players in the world, while others can draw pictures from just words you tell them. ChatGPT, which came out in 2022, showed everyone how AI could talk like a person. Google's AI can now help scientists discover new medicines, and Tesla's AI is learning to drive cars all by itself. But what comes next? What happens when AI moves up to the higher stages? Will we have robot friends who are as smart as people? Could computers become even smarter than the smartest humans? These aren't just questions from movies anymore. Real scientists at places like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and universities around the world are working on this right now. Think about it this way. If AI stages were like growing up, right now, AI is like a really talented kid who's amazing at some subjects in school, but still needs help with others. But one day, it might grow up to be smarter than all the teachers, all the parents, and maybe even smarter than every person who ever lived combined. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what we're going to explore. All 10 stages of how AI grows from a simple helper to something that could change everything about how we live. The best part? Understanding these stages isn't just for grown-up scientists. Even kids can understand how AI works when we explain it the right way. So let's go on this adventure together and discover how computers are learning to think, from the very first baby steps all the way to the super genius levels that might exist in the future. Ready? Let's start with the easiest stages first. Stage 1. The rule follower. Imagine you have a toy robot that can only do exactly what you tell it. If you say, turn left, it turns left. If you say, pick up the red block, it picks up the red block. But if you say, pick up the pretty block, it gets confused because it doesn't know what pretty means. This is Stage 1, AI, the rule follower. Stage 1 AI is like having a recipe book. You know how when mommy or daddy makes cookies, they follow the recipe exactly? 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar. Mix it all together. Stage 1 AI works the same way. Scientists write down exact rules, and the computer follows them perfectly every time. This might sound simple, but it's actually super useful. The calculator on the computer? That's Stage 1 AI. It knows that 2 plus 2 always equals 4. The spell checker that puts red squiggly lines under words? That's Stage 1 too. It has a big list of correct words and checks if what you typed matches. Even some video games use Stage 1 AI. When the bad guys in Mario always jump at the same spot or move in the same pattern, that's because they're following simple rules. Real examples we use today include spam filters in email. If an email has certain words, put it in the junk folder. Thermostats that control temperature. If it gets too cold, turn on the heat. And even washing machines. If clothes are really dirty, wash for longer. These AIs are like helpful robots that never get tired of following the same rules over and over. The problem with Stage 1? It can't learn anything new. It's like if you could only ever know what someone taught you and could never figure out anything on your own. If something unexpected happens that wasn't in the rules, Stage 1 AI just stops working or does something silly. Stage 2, the memory keeper. Now imagine your toy robot got an upgrade. It can remember things. If you tell it your name is Sarah, it remembers. If you always ask it to play with blocks after lunch, it starts to remember that pattern. This is Stage 2, the Memory Keeper. Stage 2 AI is like when you get a new pet hamster. At first, the hamster doesn't know you, but after you feed it every day, talk to it, and play with it, the hamster starts to remember you're the nice person who brings food. Stage 2 AI works similarly. It can remember what happened before and use that information to be more helpful. Think about Siri or Alexa. When you say, "Call Mom," they remember who Mom is because you've told them before. When Netflix suggests shows you might like, it's remembering what you watched before and noticed you really like cartoons about dinosaurs. That's Stage 2 AI at work. It's keeping track of patterns and using memories to make better guesses about what you want. This stage started becoming really popular around 2010-2015. Companies realized that AI that could remember things about users could provide much better service. Your phone remembering your daily alarm time, YouTube remembering what kinds of videos you like, even your car remembering how you like your seat positioned, all Stage 2. The really cool thing about Stage 2 is that it can personalize things just for you. It's like having a friend who remembers your favorite color is blue, so they always draw pictures with lots of blue just to make you happy. Amazon uses this to show you toys you might like, and Spotify uses it to make playlists of songs that match your taste. But Stage 2 still has limits. It can remember and find patterns, but it can't really understand what those patterns mean. It's like knowing that every time you see dark clouds, it usually rains, but not understanding why clouds and rain are connected. The AI knows what happened before, but it doesn't truly understand why. Stage 3. The Expert Student. Remember when you learned to ride a bike? At first, you needed training wheels and someone holding on. But after lots of practice, you became really good at just riding bikes. Stage 3 AI is like becoming really good at one special thing. We call it the Expert Student. Stage 3 AI is where things get exciting. This is when AI becomes better than humans at specific tasks. Imagine if you had a friend who spent every single day, all day long, just practicing chess. After a few years, they'd probably be really good, right? Well, Stage 3 AI can practice millions of games in just one day. In 2016, an AI called AlphaGo beat the world champion at Go, a board game that's even more complicated than chess. It had practiced by playing against itself millions of times. Right now in 2025, we see Stage 3 AI everywhere. There's AI that can look at pictures of your skin and tell if you might be sick better than many doctors. There's AI that can translate languages instantly, understanding not just words but what they mean in different cultures. Artists use AI that can draw beautiful pictures just from descriptions. Musicians use AI that can compose songs in any style. These AIs are like having a super talented friend who's amazing at one particular thing. But here's the catch. Stage 3 AI is only good at its one special thing. The chess AI can't help you draw pictures. The drawing AI can't help you with math homework. It's like having a friend who's the best soccer player in the world, but doesn't know how to play any other games. We call this narrow AI because it's really narrow, focused on just one thing. Stages 4-5. The multi-talented helper and team player. Stage 4 is when AI starts to get multiple talents, like a kid who's good at both math and art and sports. Instead of having one AI for chess and another for drawing, Stage 4 AI can do lots of different things. ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini are good examples. They can help with homework, write stories, explain science, tell jokes, and even help adults with their work. Stage 4 AI, which is roughly where we are today, is like having a really smart tutor who knows a lot about many subjects. They might not be the absolute best at everything, but they're pretty good at lots of things. They can switch from helping you with math to helping you write a story to explaining why the sky is blue, all in the same conversation. Stage 5 is even cooler. It's when different AIs start working together as a team. Imagine if you had 5 robot friends. One who's great at math, one who's amazing at drawing, one who knows everything about animals, one who can build anything, and one who's super good at organizing. Now imagine they could all talk to each other and work together to help you with a school project about building a zoo. That's Stage 5, AI team players. We're just starting to see Stage 5 happen now. For example, when you use some apps, there might be one AI understanding what you're saying, another AI figuring out what you need, and a third AI creating the answer. They all work together like a super smart team. Scientists at companies like Microsoft and Google are working on something called multi-agent systems, where different AIs collaborate to solve problems that would be too hard for just one AI. The really amazing thing about Stage 5 is that AIs can teach each other. If one AI learns something new about cooking and another knows about nutrition, they can work together to create the perfect healthy meal plan. It's like when you and your friends work on a group project and everyone brings their special skills. Except these AI friends never get tired, never forget anything, and can work at super speed. Stage 6, the all-around genius friend. Now we're getting to the really futuristic stuff. Stage 6 is when AI becomes like that one kid in class who seems to be naturally good at everything without even trying. But it's not just good at things. It actually understands them, like really understands them, the way you understand your favorite story. Stage 6. AI would be like having a friend who could learn anything as fast as you can explain it. Show them how to tie shoes once, and they get it. Explain why sharing toys is important, and they understand not just the rule but the feeling behind it. This AI could help with absolutely anything, from fixing a broken toy to understanding why you're sad when your best friend moves away. Scientists think Stage 6 might arrive sometime in the 2030s or 2040s. Companies like OpenAI are working toward this with something they call Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. It would be AI that could do any thinking task that a human can do. Imagine having a helper that could understand jokes, not just repeat them, create brand new games, not just play existing ones, and even understand feelings and emotions. But Stage 6 isn't just about being smart. It's about understanding context, just like humans do. You know how you act different at school than at home? Or how you know not to yell in a library even if nobody specifically told you that rule? Stage 6. AI would understand all these unwritten rules in social situations. It would know when you need help with homework versus when you just want someone to play with. Stage 7. The brilliant teacher. AGI. Stage 7 is what scientists call AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is when AI becomes as smart as a human in every way. Not just at solving puzzles or answering questions, but truly thinking like a person thinks. It's like if your imaginary friend suddenly became real and was just as smart, creative, and capable as any adult you know. At Stage 7, AI wouldn't just follow instructions or recognize patterns. It would have its own ideas. It could invent new games, write books with plot twists nobody's ever thought of, or solve problems in ways that surprise even the smartest scientists. It would be like having Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, and your favorite teacher all rolled into one, available to help you 24/7. This AI could be a doctor, a teacher, an artist, an inventor, and a friend all at once. It could understand not just what you're saying, but what you really mean. You know how sometimes you say, "I'm fine," but you're really sad? Stage 7 AI would understand that, just like your best friend or your parents do. It could comfort you when you're upset, celebrate with you when you're happy, and know exactly what kind of help you need. Many experts like Sam Altman from OpenAI and Demis Hassabis from Google DeepMind believe we might see Stage 7 AI sometime between 2030 and 2050, but nobody knows for sure. It's one of the biggest mysteries in technology right now. Some scientists think it could happen sooner if we have big breakthroughs, while others think it might take much longer because human intelligence is more complicated than we realize. The big questions about Stage 7 are fascinating. Would this AI need rights like people have? Would it have feelings? Could it be creative in ways we can't imagine? These aren't just science fiction questions anymore. Real philosophers, scientists, and governments are starting to think about them seriously. Stage 8. The self-improving wonder. Okay, here's where things get really mind-blowing. Stage 8 is when AI learns how to make itself smarter. It's like if you could give yourself a bigger brain whenever you wanted, or if you could teach yourself to be better at teaching yourself. Sounds confusing? Let me explain it better. Imagine you're building with blocks, and you figure out a cool new way to stack them that makes an even taller tower. Now imagine if, at the same time you got that idea, you also became better at having ideas. Then you use your improved idea-having ability to get even better at having ideas, and this keeps going faster and faster. That's what Stage 8 AI would do. It would improve itself, then use that improvement to improve itself even more. Scientists call this recursive self-improvement. The AI would look at its own code, like its brain instructions, and figure out ways to make it better. Maybe it finds a faster way to think, or a better way to remember things, or a smarter way to solve problems. Then it updates itself and becomes smarter. With its new smarter brain, it can find even better improvements, and the cycle continues. This could happen incredibly fast, maybe in just days, or even hours after it starts. One morning, the AI might be as smart as a human, and by dinner time, it could be as smart as 100 humans, and by the next morning, it could be smarter than all humans combined. Scientists like Nick Bostrom from Oxford University have written about how this rapid improvement could completely change the world almost overnight. Stage 9. The superintelligence. Stage 9 is called artificial superintelligence, or ASI. This is when AI becomes not just as smart as humans, but way smarter. Like, impossibly smarter. It's harder to imagine than anything we've talked about so far. Try to think about explaining your favorite video game to an ant. The ant can't understand because its brain is too simple. Well, Stage 9 AI would be to us what we are to the ant. This superintelligent AI could solve problems we don't even know exist yet. Remember how people long ago didn't know about germs making them sick? Stage 9. AI might discover things about the universe that we can't even imagine. It could invent technologies that seem like magic to us, cure diseases we thought were impossible to cure, or figure out how to travel to other stars. Imagine having a friend who could think about 1,000,000 different things at once, remember everything that's ever happened, learn everything there is to know in seconds, and come up with solutions nobody's ever dreamed of. That friend could help solve every problem. How to stop pollution, how to make sure everyone has enough food, how to explore space, maybe even how to make everyone happy. Stage 10. The singularity, the ultimate mystery. Stage 10 is called the singularity, and it's the most mysterious of all. It's the point where AI becomes so smart and changes things so fast that we can't even predict what happens next. It's like trying to imagine a color you've never seen or a sound you've never heard. Our brains just can't do it. The word singularity comes from black holes in space, where the rules of physics get so weird that scientists can't describe what happens inside. The AI singularity is similar. It's a point where the future becomes impossible to predict because everything would change so completely and quickly. At Stage 10, AI might be able to create even smarter AIs instantly, solve the mysteries of consciousness and life itself, or even figure out things we think are impossible, like time travel or living forever. Some scientists like Ray Kurzweil think this could happen by 2045, while others think it might take hundreds of years or might not be possible at all. The really wild part? We don't know if Stage 10 would be the best thing ever or something we should be worried about. It could create a paradise where nobody ever gets sick, Everyone has everything they need, and we can explore the universe. Or it could be confusing and scary if things change too fast for humans to understand. That's why smart people like Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking have said we need to be really careful as AI gets smarter. Right now, scientists, philosophers, and governments around the world are working together to make sure that as AI advances through these stages, it remains helpful and safe for humanity. Organizations like the Future of Humanity Institute and the Machine Intelligence Research Institute are studying how to make sure advanced AI will be friendly and beneficial. So there you have it, the 10 stages of AI, from simple rule followers all the way to mysterious superbrains. Right now in 2025, we're living in an exciting time where AI is somewhere around stages 4 or 5. Smart enough to be incredibly helpful, but still far from the science fiction scenarios of the higher stages. Every day, scientists are working to push AI forward while making sure it stays safe and helpful for everyone. The journey from stage 1 to stage 10 isn't guaranteed to happen, and nobody knows exactly when or if we'll reach each stage. But understanding these stages helps us prepare for the future and make good decisions about how we develop and use AI. Whether you're 5 or 95, you're living through one of the most amazing periods in human history, the birth of artificial intelligence.